Good morning, girls and boys, and welcome to week 27 of our art class. And it's nice to see everybody. And let's see, what can I say? First, let's start off by getting into a good mindset, right? Because mindset matters. So let's try to get ourselves in a nice, calm, positive space. A nice quiet area of your home where you can be calm, respectful of everyone around you and yourself, where you can listen, follow directions, and work to the best of your ability, right? We always want to do our very best so that we can produce our very best as artists, right? Okay, and remember, it's not too hard. It might just take a little extra effort. You can do it. Don't quit, okay? Never keep trying. I'm really proud of you when you don't quit and you do your best, right? Okay, so the purpose of our lesson for this week and next is texture, right? So we have the elements of art, or like I say, our artist tools, right? So we have line, shape, color, value, form, space, texture. You say line, shape, color, value, form, space, and texture. Excellent. So texture is how something feels, right? Texture is either how something feels or how it looks. There are two different types of textures. There's a visual texture, right? And that is trying to make something look as though how it really feels. And then there is actual texture, which is actually how that thing feels, right? So I thought that we could do a drawing of a koi fish, okay? And there are many different kinds of koi fish, and you'll see the examples on the attachments under this week's Google Classroom classwork. And there's an artist that we're gonna be looking at. His name is Terry Gillespie. You say, Terry Gillespie. Good, okay. So, we are going to look at that artist and we're going to look at some examples of koi fish. But for today's lesson, we're really just going to draw our fish using the element of line and shape. And we are going to add some lines showing a visual texture. Visual texture, you do. Visual texture. Good. And so we're going to be using curved lines, and we're going to add these scales on our fish. And we're going to add color just to the fish. And that is all for this week. And why is that? Because next week I'm going to show you a technique called a wax resist. So the background color is done in marker, water, and then there's an added element of surprise that creates this texture here. Actual texture and visual texture. Okay, so that is what we're doing this week. We're preparing our paper, getting it ready for next week's technique. So what you're going to need for this week, for right now with me, is a pencil, a piece of paper, and you're also going to need crayons. But only a few. If you want your fish to be orange, red, have some black, some gray, you'll see the colors of the koi fish at the bottom of Google Classroom, but I chose red and orange, and I'm going to add black if I want, maybe some black spots or just the eye color black, and that's it. And because of the wax resist and the water, the element of water next week, I cannot draw in marker like I usually do. I tell you, use a pencil and I'm going to use marker so you can see my lines from far away. I can't use marker this time. So I'm going to be drawing in pencil. Let's see. Let's start. I do have this color wheel here, and it is showing complementary colors. That is really just showing you the color complements that are directly across from one another, remember, on the color wheel. You can think about what colors you might want to use for your fish, but that really won't, yeah, that'll be after the drawing, okay? So this might help you to select which colors you're going to add in crayon today. But I'm going to put this guy, no, I'm gonna draw up here. I'm gonna put my piece of paper up here and start drawing. Okay. Now I have to pull you a little closer. A little closer. Okay, that way you can see my pencil lines. All right, so we're going to start by adding a curved line. And we can add, I only have one fish here, but we can add several fish if you'd like. So I'm going to add a curved, oh boy, a curved, oh boy. All right, I'm gonna add a curved line like this. Curved all the way down. Okay, let's try this again. So here's my curved line, and if you notice, it goes all the way, almost from the top of my paper, all the way down. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this piece come up and stop it maybe right about here, like that. And everybody's is gonna look different, so don't worry about it. Now I'm going to bring this across a curved line like that. Curved line, across, and I'm gonna darken up these lines so that you can see them. Okay. So that's what we have so far, and we're only using curved lines. Now I'm going to come up here. I'm going to leave a little space, maybe like as wide as my finger, and I'm going to start another curved line from here back down to this piece. This is his head. So I'm going to come down, curved, curved down, and connect. Or you could go the opposite way. You could go from here from his head and curve up, 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 and around like that and stop. So now we have the koi fish's body right here. And then we have his face. And now we're going to add the tail. We definitely have to include all the parts of his body. Okay, so up here at the tippy top of your paper, we're going to add a curved line like this. And from here, another curved line in the opposite direction and touch. So it looks like the shape of a leaf, right? Yeah. And then on the opposite side, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to add a curved line going out like this, and then back in and connect. So now it just looks like two leaves like on a plant or from a tree, right? Okay, now we have to add his fins on the side, the ones that allow him to move. So I'm gonna go from here, from this curved line. We don't wanna make his fins come from his face, but they come from right here. So curved line and up, and from here on the right-hand side, another curved line and up. And it doesn't matter how short you make your curved line or how long you make your curved line. Every fish is different, just like every human being is different, right? Okay, and now I'm going to make a curved line kind of bumpy. 2 or 3 bumps across. 1 and 2. And over here I'm going to do the same. I'm going to add 1 and 2 across and connect. Okay, great. And let's see, we do need a circle. We're gonna add a circle here on this side for his eye, and then inside of that circle, show me a smaller circle, a smaller size circle. Great. Okay, now we need a little mark right there for his nostril because they actually do have them, just like we do. And then a little V laying down. That's going to be the opening for the mouth if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And then he has 2 like whiskers or like a mustache, right? Coming off. So I'm going to add a line starting at his face inside and come out, down and out, and back in into his face. And the same on the other side. Down like a slide and back up. Okay, great. Now, that's really all we have to do for our fish. Then we can start to add the color. If you want to make the scales in pencil first, you may. Let me show you. Before that, I forgot one important piece of the fish's body, and that is here. Starting from here, we're making a curved line. Curved, up and down, up and down, up and down. That is the fin that is on his back. He has one that's on his back, and it just goes like this. Curved from the front of the fish all the way to the, almost to the tail of the fish. Okay, and that's it. Like I said, the scales are like the skin of the fish, and they look like a curved line, like a rainbow. Curved, curved, and curved. You can do it in pencil, but you don't have to. If you feel confident, I dropped my crayon, sorry. Okay, got my crayon. So if you feel confident enough to make these lines in crayon, then you don't have to spend the time doing it in pencil first, okay? So I'm going to show you. There's one row of curved lines. Now I go in between and I add another curve and another curved line and another curved line. And here, maybe just half. Okay, so let's try that again. I go here in between. Let me show you larger. Here is my fish. Here is his face. Down here, here's his eyeball. Okay. We make a curved line, another curved line next to another curved line. Now we go in the space in between, in the middle, right here where the 2 are touching one another. Now on top of that, we add another curved line. And on top of these 2, another curved line. And then here, another curved line, and it can go off. And another curved line and off. You alternate the scales. So let's try that again. This is tricky. We go right here where they touch one another, and we put another curved line above that, and another curved line above these two, and above these two, and off. Do you see that? Let's do one more row. We are creating a visual texture. We're trying to make it look like how those scales on his actual body feel like, right? Raised or smooth or bumpy. Right there, curved line. Another curved line. Another curved line and off. Okay? All right. Now, let me do that here quickly, and you can continue as well to do it on your page. So if I am able to, and I feel confident enough to make these curved lines in crayon, I can do that. And I will be saving myself a lot of time where I don't have to trace now. I'm just making my lines already in crayon. And the reason that we're working in crayon, boys and girls, is that we're going to be creating this wax resist. What does that mean? That means that the crayons are made of wax, and the crayons are going to stay on the paper. And when we add the marker and the water, the crayon is going to say, stop. It's resisting. It's pushing the marker and the water away and off of the crayon so that the crayon color can still show. Okay? All right. So we are going to finish this piece in crayon today. So I am going to move a little bit faster here so that you can see the way that I'm coloring. And it's very important when we create a wax resist that we try to fill in all of the white spaces when we color. If we don't fill up all the white spaces, then the marker and water will cover all of the white spaces. So there's my fish's scale portion. And now in the tail and the fins here, I can just put some curved lines. I can go from here, like the curve of that tail, and I'm gonna make another one, and another one, and another one. I'm just filling up his whole tail with some curved lines, right? Curved lines. There are no straight lines in this drawing, boys and girls, because we are drawing something that is found in nature and is biomorphic and is made by using curved lines. So there's the tail. Here are my scales. Here is the fin on top of his back. And I'm also going to maybe put a couple of curved lines there. Just a few. And now I can trace my whole fish if I like. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take all of my pencil lines and I'm going to trace. And if you'd like to do the same, you may. Okay. And I'm going to trace here. And I'm trying to press hard. I don't want to press so hard that my hand hurts, but I want to press hard enough that there is enough wax on my paper to create the resist. Okay, and now I'm going to trace my fins here, and I'm going to add some curved lines inside of this space. And I'm going to trace this one now. Okay. All right. Now, I pretty much filled up and traced my whole fish, right? Okay. Now, because I know that I'm going to be making my water blues and purples or blues and greens next week, I chose to make my koi fish the complementary colors of blues and greens. So the complementary color of green is what? Very good. If you said red, you're correct. And the complementary color of blue is what? Very good. It's orange. So that's why I chose to make my fish orange and red, just like this guy. So what I'm going to do now is, since I've traced it all in red, I can take my orange and I can simply fill in everything orange. Do you have to do that? No. But that is what I'm going to do. So now I used my red, which is a darker color, to make my lines. And now I can just take my orange and I can color right over everything. And because orange is lighter in color, I can still see my red lines. Notice I'm trying to color in one direction. And I am trying my best to fill in all of my white spaces. Okay. And now maybe I want to go back to my red crayon, and I don't know, maybe I'll make these fins red. Maybe I won't show these lines here. Maybe I just want these fins to be all red. Yeah, I like that. It's different than my other one. So look at the difference. This one I colored it all red. I went over my lines. And this one, I let my red lines show and I colored in between with my orange. Okay, so you choose how you want your fish to look. Maybe I'm gonna do the same thing here with this fin on top. Okay. Remember, if I leave white spaces, then when I go to add my marker and water, these spaces won't be able to say, I resist you, get off of me, because there's no wax in here. So this will now become blue or purple or green or whatever color my water is going to be. That's why it's important to fill in all of the white spaces. Okay, I am going to leave the lines in his tail showing. So I'm going to color his tail orange. And again, I'm trying to fill in all the white spaces to the best of my ability. And boys and girls, because it is a fish, it doesn't matter what direction you hold your paper in. It can be horizontal, it can be vertical, it doesn't matter. It's going to look like it's spinning around swimming, right? Okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit of black here. I'm going to trace his eye. Then I'm going to color in this part of it. I'm going to give him a nostril and fill in the space of my V laying down for his mouth. And again, I lost my red crayon. Oh my goodness. It doesn't want to draw today. It doesn't want to participate. Okay, and now I'm gonna color in these whiskers or this mustache right here and his face. Also, try to stay within the lines. Try not to color outside of the fish with red or orange or whatever color it is that you're choosing, because then it's gonna be showing here in the water, in the area where the water would be, where there would be no red or orange or anything but the color of the water, right? Okay. And so there is my fish, right? And that is all that you are responsible for doing for this week, boys and girls. If you'd like to add another fish, a friend, what else? A baby fish. I mean, whatever you want, you can certainly do that. I could add a friend over here. I'm going to do just a little piece of a friend or a baby. And I can make it curve in the opposite direction, right? So let me put a little eye, a little nostril, the little mouth, and I'm going to color that in. So you can add whatever details you'd like, whether it's another fish or if it's seaweed or rocks or whatever it is that you want to be showing inside of the water or around your fish, you can do that. Just make sure that you press hard and that you do that in crayon as well. That's the only thing you're using, pencil or crayon, and that's it. So let me make this really quickly just to show you that I have a little bit of detail here. And a tail, and that's it. And then I'm gonna color this guy in also, if I want, and give him that top portion. I think this is going to be a smaller fish, but related to this one, and so he's going to look the same. Same colors in the same areas of the fish. Okay, and I forgot. I think he needs to have the fin on the side here. Okay. Oop, I made this tail all red. That's okay. They're all different, right? So now I have created my drawing of koi fish. I have not only one, but two. And remember, it's okay to go off the page. I don't have to have all of this fish within my space, right? It makes it look as though we're zooming in and just caught that much, right? Zooming in with our camera or our phone. Okay, and so that's it, boys and girls. I'm super proud of you for drawing with me. And I appreciate you joining me for this week for our art lesson. And so please make sure that you go on Google Classroom and get on this video and draw along with me, okay? For this week's preparation for our wax resist next time, okay? And it was great to see you, and I'm super proud of you, and I will see you again next time. Bye.